Hello, hello. Okay, no one's there yet. Perfect. Oh, hi, Laura. Sorry. Didn't see that the counter shows no one's here, but I can see that you're absolutely in the room. Well, welcome. Hi, how are you today? Hopefully you had a good week. Okay, now people are I'm gonna let a couple of people come in. So I hope you are all well. It is Tuesday, so it's Taco Talk. Hi, Mary. Welcome. Thanks for stopping in. Hey, everybody. Slowly, a bunch of people. You're doing great. That's fantastic. Hey, Jennifer. Nice to see you. And there's Tammy. Awesome. I wanted to make sure I had to squint a little bit and that it wasn't Tommy. But anyway, Dragonfly says, hey, hey. Yep, you're here, Jennifer. Okay, cool. Okay, there's Trina. Awesome. So I'm going to move this aside. And you all and I are having a really fun day because I'm doing something for the very first time. So Kelly is going to be on comments and she is definitely going to correct me because I don't want to mislead you. Because as I just said, and I remind me to say that in a few minutes. Yes, we are exactly. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Belinda. I'm doing something for the first time. So a friend of mine asked me if I could bling out a little bit of her T-shirt. It's a Golden Girls, and it says Golden Girls on it, and she wanted to put some gold crystals in it. So that's what we're going to do. But I'm going to show you a T-shirt that Kelly worked on before that she uses in classes, and I'm going to try to remember to say this a couple of times because now there's a bunch of people in the hey Renee, hey everybody, howdy howdy. So the important thing to remember here is that on the T-shirts in most store, there's my accent, store bought. I can't say that, store bought. There we go. T-shirts are going to be silkscreen ink. So silkscreen ink is completely different than heat transfer vinyl or HTV. Okay, so please keep that in mind that we are working with a silkscreen ink here, and we're actually going to be using. I've already started to open this. So this is the Ninja Super Grip. Can you see that? Is that focused on your camera? Okay. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go, everyone. Okay, cool. So super grip we're going to be working with today, and be sure to look in the comments because um, yep, because Kelly is putting a lot of super information in there. Oh, Cinderella, that's an awesome name. Hey, how are you? Is this your first time? Do we have any first timers here? Um, if so, please say a quick hi or whatever. And so, first of all, this is a T-shirt that Kelly has worked on. She's taken this to classes, and I'm going to put my glasses on. Oh, if I can find them. There they are. Um, I yeah. Uh, okay. Okay, y'all. There you go. Is that good? So look, you can see that these crystals are in there, and I want to be quiet, and you're going to listen with your ears. This is SMR, AMS, whatever is it? You hear that? AMR. There you go. You hear that? Nail is ripping across these crystals, and I'm being as brutal as I can on here, and they're not moving. So, quick reminder, this is silkscreen ink. It is not HTV. Um, it's not HTV, heat transfer vinyl on here. So as you can see, I'm using my good nail here and I'm pulling and nothing is coming off. So we are using Ninja Super Grip adhesive. All right, now I'm gonna move this away and I'm going to pull the project that we're gonna be working on. Hey, Miss Mary. Oh, you know that shirt. Yes, you do. Okay, so I'm gonna, oh, this is actually really This is actually really good. Let me just move the crystals out of the way. I'm not really sure. So this is something, so again, this friend gave me the shirt. She wants me to put gold crystals on Stay Golden. You can all see that there, and that's the Golden Girls down there. I put a piece of cardboard, like just from an old a box, just so that it would be stiff underneath. That way, when I press on them, the stones, I can ensure this. Is that material normally used in pro jersey? Renee, Kelly will have to answer that because t-shirts is not my world. So I'm putting that out there right now. And as I said at the beginning, this is my first time doing it. I'm learning. And some of you are learning. Kelly, someone wants to know is pro jerseys. What is the material normally for pro jerseys?
I'm not certain.
Yeah.
Like a professional jersey, we could say it could be plastisol or the silkscreen ink, but I do not know because there
Right.
could be manufactured by hundreds of different places.
Right.
So that's the hard part. We just don't know.
Right. So the thing is do your best to find out what you're buying so that it might you'll have less let's say I won't say I don't like to use failure, but less chances of um not having the stones come off. All right. So this no. Okay. Okay. We're back. Can you tell me if you can hear me now?
Okay.
Yeah, I what I think is that the phone went it was off. Can y'all
Oh, the
can
mic.
y'all got you?
Yeah, because my
Okay.
volume's on over there.
Okay. Perfect. Then we're back. Sorry about that. Okay, everybody. So yeah. So listen, what I wanted to tell you again, this t-shirt. Yep, t-shirt. A friend asked me. She wanted gold stones in there. I'll put that on here. They're really. This is sunny gold that I'm using. Okay, cool. Everyone, you can hear me. Yeah, exactly. The internet went out or something, and my phone, whatever. So we're back. So what I want to tell you is that with the design, you need to think about um, what you want to do. Do you want really, really close spacing, or do you want some distance spacing, or do you want to go around the outside? For just example, this is white with the black or shadow background. Could have chosen um, to do jet in the black to add an extra highlight. Trina, you want to know, is glue good? What glue is good for jeans? Is that your question? Is that could be? Um, yeah. So Kelly's writing something down for you. So what I wanted to say is we are using a syringe, and we're using a 25 gauge tip, so that's a super small thing. I want to make sure you have a little scrap paper on the side to wipe your tip, because you want to not put as little as possible, but you don't want to put a lot of glue on this, because you do not want a puddle. And wherever you're putting your glue in, that's where your stone is, and you're not going to be moving it around like with other glues or other surfaces. So I want a little dot there, which is a little less than the size of this. I'm using 12s. So I've just put 3 down for right now. And the reason I put 3 down, I'm going to put this here, even so it's not the easiest, but you can all see, is these are going to be, this is my kind of like my border, in the sense I want to make sure that I keep the spacing nice and clean. So there's the tip of the T and the cross T's, and I will put 1 dot in the middle. And I mean, I really can't, it's really super hard to see how does it reflect a little? You can see there's a little glistening, and that's my glue dot. So this is the bottom. There's no way you're going to see this, but yeah, there's a little shine. That's the bottom of an SS12, and I've done about half of that with the glue, and then I'm just going to press it down a wee bit there. So, that I can see that oozed out a little bit. We're going to see if that, when it dries, if there's going to be any discoloration or anything. But that we're going to find that out, because I don't know. So now listen, I got to make a decision. Do I want to put 1 stone in here, or am I going to put 2? I already decided 2 because I have these rather evenly spaced. This is dripping, so I want to make sure that that's not there. Yeah, you all good? You want it up close and personal with me? So little dots there, they're going to be a little bit closer, but I can randomly do a couple of dots around, and the glue is not like instantaneously drying, so that's a good thing. There is some working time, is what I'm trying to tell you. All right, so this is a little bit close, but makes the tea stand out. All right, I'm not seeing any comments. Hey, Sandrita, how you doing? Welcome, everyone else. And so remember, 1 dot, 1 stone. You want to not have to move it around. You just want to keep it where you're placing the crystals going, is that where the glue dot is. So that's where, I'll do that right now just to show you. You could always do a dry fit. So these I just placed. So a dry fit is this. I'm just going to take my crystals and put them down on my working surface. And we got a lot going on today. Our internet's been in and out all day long, so you hear different voices. And this is called a dry fit. So I'm just placing down to get my spacing. I am going to do the whole thing, just not the whole thing, but this whole part of it, just so that you can actually see this in real time, what it looks like and what you do. Okay, that's the tip, all the tips of the letters. So the Y is the end of the Y, and you come to G. I want to make sure that I place those stones first, so they start my the line or flow of the letter. And so one more. All right. Now what I decide is like, do I like this? Is this good enough or is it not good enough? Do I need to make more space or whatever? And I don't mind this at all. This spacing is a little different than this, but I don't think, you're going to notice that. I mean, some people will, but I don't it doesn't disturb my eye. So if there was like spacing like this, okay, you'd be like, wow, there is a lot of space happening there, right? You'd be like, something doesn't fit. Right. So in a dry fit, you place your stones down. You can always just move all your stones away from where you're going to glue them. So you just basically you're going to put your glue dot down, and then you're just going to move the stone over on top of the glue dot. Did that make sense? Yes. Okay. Good. Because because this is my first time doing a T-shirt. And this is for a friend. I mean, I can I can ruin it and just have to get her a new one, but I'd rather not ruin it. So I do want to pay attention. So remember, the glue is, I'm going to put my dot right there. Um, Not the size of your crystal, because then there's going to be a lot of seepage and you don't really want that. Okay, there we go. I actually put all my dots down. Now I'm just going to move my crystals over, make sure that it's staying within the white of the design, so that it, even on something like this, is not a doily effect. Okay. How y'all doing? I'm like, you're all watching. I can see, which you all can't see, it's the shininess. I need a little bit more glue right there. There we go. Just
Bring
to,
your phone to that
yeah,
tiny dot.
yeah.
Yeah, I can see
Can
it.
you see that? Can you see how tiny that dot is? And here, this is a really good thing. I'm going to move this. Yeah, I'm moving this over. Yeah. Can you see now the perspective of this is a 12? There we go in the center. There's the SS12, and the dot is smaller than it. So there'll be as minimal, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Squish out. What the hell's the word I'm looking for? Ooze out, exactly. Minimal ooze out. Sorry, technical terms, ooze out there. All right, so yeah, that looks good. So I'm just going to go back and show you that these are not, those are not staying nice. Now these I just glued, so I'm not gonna putz with them. All right, how we doing? Yeah, we're doing good. All right, and now I'm just going to continue. So like I said, I'm going to start at the top, the two dots on the Y, and then I can see that there's a bead of, can't really see that, a bead of glue. So I want to wipe that off. You can see the smear over there. And then I'm going to eye it. And yeah, I'm going to put these two are a little close, but I chose that. I knew what I was doing there. I actually did know what I was doing there. So there's a variety of, I'm going to put one here in the middle because that's the intersection. And you want to make sure that the line keeps on moving. Like, is that on the camera? Yeah, like this. All right. So my two dots, make sure it stays in the white. Try not to move it around that much. I do notice that normally with using the katana, when the stone hits the glue, it comes right off super easy. With this, there is a little resistance of not pulling off. So I am placing it and just giving it a little bit of a turn, slightly bit of turn, just to make sure that it releases onto the glue. And let me, I got two there at once. Yes, it did. Yeah, now they can't hear me. So you'll hold on. I don't. It's like there's no. I know what to do. It's just that. There we go. Okay. Hey, we're back. Sorry, I got to turn the phone. Hold on. Close your eyes, everyone. You're gonna go blind. Woo! There we go. I have no idea what's going on here with the phone today. All right. Okay, I still have some more crystals to place. And any comments?
No.
You can hear me? Okay. Yeah, okay. Yep, Kelly told you we're having Wi-Fi issues, so everything's effed up a little bit today. All right. That's upside down, that stone. Now it's right side up. All right, and I am just going to go back and, can you see that? Yeah. I am just pressing down on the stones that I just placed on the wet glue to make sure that they're nice and set or really fixed onto the fabric. All right, I'm going to continue along here. As I said, start here. When you're not sure about your glue, take your little test thing and drag some on so you know how much is coming out, because you don't want a huge puddle all of a sudden pouring out of your syringe tip, and then you have a big mess, and then you have a big mess. Awesome. I appreciate that. And you know what? You brought up a really good point. You said the spacing reminds you of the 80s. So that's something to consider when you're working on what you're creating, is that it's the Golden Girls. It is, well, they covered a few decades, but we're going to go with the 80s here, right? And so you might want to keep the design that you're working in time, in what's the word, in respect or of the period, so that it has a double effect. I'm also going to show you the camera. I see some of my glue dots are rather too small. So as you can see, I'm not going a line. I'm hopping around where there's sufficient glue, and where there's not sufficient glue, I'm going to go back and add a little bit more. So yeah, oh, y'all applying now? Let's see. It's a technical day here. All right. Can y'all see these little glue dots there? Just too small here. Can you see that? Not really. If there's a light, yeah, you can kind of see. So those are too small. Those are like itsy bitsy. So I'm just going to add a little bit more, ever so slightly. Okay, cool. And then I'm going to go back to adding my crystals. I have some crystals on the mat off camera, so I'm grabbing them. And so is this helpful at all, everybody? I can see that you're all still here, so I know that you're fascinated. You're absolutely fascinated with what I'm doing. No, hopefully this is interesting for you. So doesn't the spacing also reminds me of the old-fashioned, look at that, stay classy, stay glamorous. Okay, all right, now we're on to the G. And so, okay, all right, so I'm going to start here. I'm going to do it at the tip. I'm going to do at the intersection, which even on the design is a crappy intersection because it doesn't go completely straight. And then I'm going to do the other tip here. I'm just going to place Well, a little bit more glue. Yep. I'm just gonna place those so that I can have a visual. And a visual, I mean, it's that I'm gonna now base my spacing off of those things. So I look back and I can kind of see what I've done over here. It's a little tight over there. So what? And all the rest is pretty consistent, so that's good. So I'm going to fit only 3 in here, evenly spaced between those two. Okay, I like the way that looks. Now here we go. You know, you kind of get used to your spacing. And if you're not comfortable with it, then what I would suggest is practice on a piece of paper before you work on your project. Either maybe if you're fortunate, you could, you know, trace the letters and you'd have an actual template to use, and then you'd be like, then you could like make decisions about, oh no, I want them closer together, or I want them further apart. Again, I want a little more glue there, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to continue. Okay, I need to take a few of these. Actually, I'm just going to throw them on the shirt. Normally, I'm just doing this so that everything's on camera, so for you all to see. I would normally put the stones on my work mat down here off camera. We're so up close and personal here. I'm like, and you're all looking at my shiny bald head on the other camera. Okay, Stephanie, I have a question in regards to the stone size. SS20s or SS would be glue. What glue tip do you recommend for the syringe? Does the glue dry up in the syringe if you can't finish in one setting? So first of all, answer the syringe question. It depends on what kind of glue you're using. So if you're using a fusion or even multi-grab, 9 out of 10 times you can use that. Start a project tonight and work on it tomorrow. It should not be a problem. Possibly the tip will freeze, or the tip where the glue is coming out, that might, you know, not coagulate, that just get hard. So you take off your tip. You would just take off your tip, throw it away and put a new one. The glue in here would be fine. There's air in here, which is not a good thing, because with air and glue, it means that it's going to start firming up. What's the correct word? Cure. Thank you. I'm like lost for words at the moment. Cure. So as far as SS20s and SS30s, what kind of syringe tip is? So listen, ultimately, it's definitely a better best situation. This is the 25, so it's super, super small. So you could use that, but here I'm going to show you on the post-it. So that's one dot. But you have a 30, and you know what? You need to make then you need to put the glue that big. So you could make a big circle. Or you could use or use a bigger syringe, and then more glue would come out. So there is not like you have to use anything for anything. In other words, you know what I'm saying? If you have a syringe with a small opening, then you're just gonna squeeze it harder and make a swirly bigger circle, and it's gonna work. Just the same if you used a syringe that had a bigger hole. Okay, any other question? Um, okay, yes. Hey, hey, Channing, how you doing? Oh, Channing, I have a question for you, but after. So the thing is that we have two cameras. This one right here is a phone. Oh, look at that! I just smeared glue everywhere by not paying attention. Um, that's right on the workspace, and then we have a laptop, which is the one that I'm waving in. That one. So it is a two camera thing, and you could make it 3 cameras if you want. You could make it as many cameras as you want. Okay. and there's Kelly. So now you got three cameras in there. So um, you know, you're doing you're working on a piece. So you want this camera, your best camera, because you're showing off your work, and that's the thing, is that you want to show off your work, and you want to be crystal clear. Okay, and I was just gonna say, what happened? The camera just went crazy. With today, with all the technical different difficulties with the internet, I was like, I have no idea what's going on. All right, I am gonna add a little more glue there. You know what? Even so, the printed design is not so great. And what I mean not so great is because right here it's thinner. So I am going to put a stone, and it is going to go into the black a little. And normally that would make me crazy, but I'm not going to let it get me crazy because it's making this line here, and that looks better. This is going to be an intersection. Okay, and I'm just going to quickly do this. One. I know, y'all. Give me 30 seconds. And yeah, can you hear? Okay, look, that's all pretty even space. I'm going to put down my thing, and let's just do this. So again, to remind you, as I finish up these stones, this is silkscreen ink, and I am using Ninja Grip on it. So silkscreen ink and not HTV. Uh, uh, um, that's the heat transfer vinyl. Would not suggest using grip on that. Uh, if you are going to use the vinyl, something to think about, you could incorporate in your design hot fix crystals on it, but I wouldn't recommend kind of, covering the whole thing. Um, pardon me? Yeah, right. So, and you got to, Kelly just pointed out, is that on hot fix, it needs to adhere to the fabric. So, in other words, just say that the white was vinyl, then I would do hot fix on this yellow, the light yellow, because that's just cloth and that's not design. So remember, if any of you that were here, the last 2 weeks I did negative and positive, the same design, but I filled it in, and then I did the outside. So the positive would be the white here, if I like exactly what I'm doing, the outline there. And the negative would be if I outline the yellow around the white. So if this was vinyl, the white, then I would put the stones on the fabric on the yellow, and that would be an option. So there's many ways to be creative in your designing, unless it's someone is paying you to do it, and they have a specific idea, and then you got to figure out how you can make what they want to look like the way they want it to be. So anyway, everyone, this was my first go at a t-shirt, and I am happy. I'm sure my friend's gonna love it, and I'm just gonna show you quickly again those. Well, everyone's kind of here. This was the other t-shirt that Kelly did, and you can hear that. I don't know if I can rip one off. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I certainly did. Now look, it tore off the ink. Yeah, and the back of the stone is all white because that's what the surface was. So that's what's going to happen. This t-shirt hasn't been machine washed, so that's pretty damn good. And I had to pry that off, and it didn't fall off. It didn't slightly. It ripped off the design. So yeah. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for stopping in, and have a great week. And I look forward to seeing you next week.